Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am in the lab with you, and as I said in my previous video, I am self-employed and also I'm working part-time. And my self-employed job is basically to work as a model and to make my skincare products. So as I said previously, I am working on my own skincare brand and I am a cosmetic formulator. So today I thought it would be fun to bring you into the lab and to make a hand cream with you guys. So let's get started. So when making skincare, it is really important to make sure that your hair is up, that you're not making dust everywhere, that you're, being clean, you have a clean surface, things are disinfected, because the last thing you want is a bunch of bacteria, hairs, and all this gunk going into someone's product. Not so nice if you pull out a big hair out of there. So the first thing that I need to do is I need to find out what is the batch size that I want to make. So today I want to make 4 hand creams. So 4 times 60 is 240 milliliters. So I'm going to be making 240 milliliters of product today. The thing about skincare formulating is that you need to do the math before you can formulate your product. So now I need to take all my percentages and I need to put them in grams for a 240 milliliter batch. So the reason why I actually got into skincare formulating was kind of like an accident. So basically I was just going through the worst time with my skin. I could not figure out how to make my skin better. It was just like every time I would use products on my skin, I would just have a problem. I've tried a lot of different products and my skin is just the most sensitive skin. It literally hates everything until I was able to find out, okay, I'm not gonna put fragrance in my stuff. I'm going to go with ingredients that are necessary, minimal. I'm going to use only extracts that are good for the skin, things that aren't going to irritate the skin, really like hypoallergenic, safe skincare. And so I started to, mix around in my kitchen and learn a little bit on YouTube. And to be honest, there wasn't so much information online that was accurate. And I learned a lot of things that now that I've studied are completely wrong, and there's a lot of things on YouTube that you should just not do. So yeah, anyway, you live and you learn. Yeah, I decided to study cosmetic formulating for basically myself so I could fix my own skin. And yeah, now I have realized that, okay, like I am onto something. My skin is getting so much better. It's so much easier to handle, and now I want to share my products with other people as well, because I wish that when I was going through all of these problems with my own skin, that I would have had products that I could trust, and I feel like it's so difficult on the market to find products that you can trust. So I think what is so unfortunate about the cosmetic industry is that there's just so many brands out there who are owned by business people and they don't actually have experience, like personal experience with skin problems. And they didn't go through that journey, whereas for myself, I went through the journey of having skin problems, having to try so many different products, having to formulate my own products, try them on my skin, and to find out that, okay, these ingredients work, okay, these ingredients don't work, and these are the ingredients that we should put on our skin, and these are the ones that are not so necessary. So the first thing I need to do is put in my water. So the next ingredient, I'm going to be using a hydrosol. This is a floral hydrosol, so it has a nice natural scent. I don't add in any fragrance. I just put in hydrosols because they're a lot gentler on the skin and I don't want anyone to have irritations, so I use hydrosols instead. So I am making an emulsion, and usually with emulsions, depending on the emulsifier you're using, you wouldn't be doing a one-pot method, which means that you put the oil and water together. Usually it would be separated and then you would mix the oil into the water phase. But with the emulsifier that I'm using, I am able to do the one pot method, which is so much easier, less to clean, less time you're wasting. So I love to use emulsifiers that allow you to do that. So I'm going to add in my oil now. Here. So normally I wouldn't have my shea butter in the bag, but I didn't have any left, and usually I will take my shea butter and I will put it into a container unless the supplier sent it to me in a container already, then I'll just keep it in that. But this supplier sent it to me in a bag and I need to transfer it into a container. So I'm going to add in my shea butter now. Next, I will be adding in some berry wax. So just add this into my pot. Next, I'm going to be adding in some apricot oil for my hand cream. I really want it to be a rich, beautiful, creamy hand cream. And I want it to be for dry hands. So apricot oil is amazing for people with dry hands. So that's why we're using it. And I'm going to put all of that in here. Now for the best part, the emulsifier. You need to have an emulsifier to make a cream, otherwise your water and your oil are just not going to go together and you're just going to end up with not a cream. So we need an emulsifier to blend water and oil together. As you can see, I have my water phase, I have my waxes and my butters, and my oil, which is sitting on the top. So now I'm going to place my beaker onto my magnetic stirrer, which also heats up, and I'm going to be heating it up to around 80 degrees Celsius. And with this little magnet, it's going to spin my product so I don't have to mix it, which is amazing. So now I'm just waiting for my wax, my butter, my oil, my water, everything to heat up to 80 degrees so it can emulsify together. And after that, I'm going to take it off the heat and I'm going to homogenize everything so it turns into a beautiful homogeneous cream. While everything is mixing together, I am going to now work on my stabilizing mixture, which will be glycerin and xanthan gum. Next, I need to mix up my xanthan gum and glycerin and make what they call a slurry. So I just mix all of this together, and then this can easily be incorporated in the other ingredients, and it will just thicken everything up and stabilize the formula. I do have a stick that helps to tell what the temperature is. I'm just going to see how hot this is now. Okay, so it looks like we are at 80 degrees now. What is so great about a homogenizer is that it breaks up everything into these tiny little pieces. All of the particles are going to be evenly dispersed throughout the entire cream, so that's exactly what you want. So I'm just going to increase the speed a little bit. Okay, so now, as you can see, I have this milky, perfectly mixed cream, although it is not thickened yet. So right now it's a little bit too hot. I have to wait till it hits around 40 degrees. So while this is cooling down, I'm just going to remove this, and I like to just clean up my mess a little bit and tidy up. Okay guys, so my cream is now a little bit thicker. As you can see, it naturally just gets thicker as the temperature goes down, and now I can add in my gum. So this is the stabilizing mixture, which is my glycerin and my xanthan gum. I'm just going to mix this all in. Not sure if you can see, but the cream is becoming a lot thicker. And it's only going to become more and more thick as it starts to cool down more. I mean, look at this. This is great. Okay, so we're not done yet. I need to add in my antioxidant, which I'm going to be using vitamin E. And this is an organic vitamin E, and it's also non-GMO. All of the products that I make are natural, and the ingredients are also organic. And I just think it's so important that you feed your skin healthy ingredients. It's the same thing as your body. I mean, why would you want to feed your body a bunch of junk but not feed your skin? So I really believe in using good quality ingredients, and that's what I do with my products. So as you can see, it's a lot thicker now. Because this is a water-based formula, I need to add in a preservative. And I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I hate preservatives, da, da, da. You wouldn't want a formula without a preservative, because if you did have a preservative, you would have a bunch of mold and yeast, and you would have a bunch of problems with your skin. And nobody wants to deal with a bunch of fungus on their face. I'm going to add in my preservative. Here we go. So now I'm going to mix this all in. Make sure it's well mixed together. So you might think that I'm done here, but I am not. Every time you have a water-based product, you need to check the pH, because you need to make sure that the pH is working within the guidelines of your preservative, and also that your pH is working for your skin. So your skin really likes to have a pH around 4.5 to 5.5, so you need to make sure that your product, unless you're formulating an acid, but your product needs to be around that. Okay, so 6.1. So I need to add a little bit of lactic acid to bring the pH down. I'm going to add in only 2 drops like this and mix this all together. So turn this on and just mix it around a little bit. As you can see, we are at 5.77, 5.75, 5.74. So it's somewhere around here. Oh, now we're going down a little bit. Okay, so 5.66, 5.65, 5.63. Still moving down. 5.6. So I'm gonna add in 1 more drop, and that should do the trick. There. Okay, so what I like to do is, instead of wasting the product that is on top of my pH meter, I like to just test it out. So I'm going to test this out on my arm here, like this, and just see how that feels. That feels really, really nice. Soaks in really, really nicely, as you can see. I put a lot on, and it soaked right into the hands. So what I'm really looking for right now is to see if it leaves like that sticky or greasy feeling, which I hate on the hands, and a lot of people I know dislike, but this feels great. This feels really, really nice, and you can see it's soaked right in, but my skin is still soft, smooth. This is amazing. I love this hand cream already. I'm so happy. So this is my hand cream. These are the final results. Beautifully thick cream. But also it's going to become thicker. It needs 24 hours to become its real consistency. And also it's still a little bit warm when I feel this. It's maybe around like 25, 30 degrees, maybe even less. But it's still gonna cool off more, and it's gonna become thicker, which I think will be perfect for this formula. So that is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something today. It's kind of a strange job. Not a lot of people have this job. And yeah, I hope this was interesting for you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye!